Hello. Shannon's not here quite yet. He just got off the treadmill. So he was finishing up a shower, but I thought I'd turn it on just so everybody wouldn't think we were all super late. So hello, everybody. How's it going? Just trying to move things over here. Does Shannon own any Pirates hockey jerseys? Gosh, I don't know that he does. I'd have to ask him, though, because sometimes I'm not aware of all of his jerseys. There's kind of a lot of them. I'm glad I'm better, too. I'm not all the way there yet. Definitely not all the way there, but I'm a lot better than I was. So I feel way more normal than I did. Took a long time. So hello, everybody. It's odd having a night with no hockey, isn't it? You know what? If it wasn't for there not being hockey, I wouldn't have realized it was a holiday in the States. It's very odd. But happy Thursday. Yeah, it's just up here. It's just Thursday. My kids just have the regular things that they do on Thursdays, and it's no different than other days other than there's no hockey. Shannon got me this is a new one. He was going to give it to me for Christmas, but he decided to give it to me early. So I have a fun new Wild. It's a crop sweatshirt because I'm short, so crop hoodies are really nice. Thursday's going pretty good. I've been slowly putting our Christmas stuff up. Got a little bit more Christmas lights up. I haven't tried the peanut butter cup recipe yet, but I saved it, and I'll need to make that pretty soon because it looks really good. It's the time of year that I start making a lot more things. So yeah, I've got a nice warm tea here to warm up my hands, but it's too hot to drink. Yeah, I'll have to make those because chocolate and peanut butter is one of the best combinations. He's getting out of the shower. I just heard the door. He finished the treadmill. He got started on the treadmill a little bit later than he was planning. And so, yeah, he had to take a shower. So I just figured I'd turn on the live stream just so people weren't waiting around. I've got all my Christmas lights up in my yard. We have a lot more than our neighbors do because I like Christmas lights. Christmas lights are great. And since they're LED, they don't use much electricity. But a bunch of our neighbors have strands of lights up. They've had them up since October. So that's fun.
How's it going?
Good.
Which side do you want me to stand on?
This side.
Okay. Which side's that? I can't see anywhere.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I figured I wear Colorado. I haven't worn the Avalanche today, so.
Gonna start making people all mad.
Actually, I've worn the Avalanche in every single video I've done today.
I know you have.
Yeah. Gotta be careful now. I got the cat tree right behind me, so.
Oh, the peanut butter cup recipe that doesn't have sugar in it.
What?
Somebody sent me, one of the subscribers sent me a recipe for a sugar-free, like, chocolate peanut butter.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's
Not
awesome.
bad.
And I haven't tried them yet. I haven't made them yet, but that's fun. And I really like chocolate and peanut butter. So
what are we doing this evening?
This.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah, I think so. Because a hockey games start at 9:00 tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do the standings video where I talk about the Thanksgiving U.S. standings and all that. So I'll do that. But yeah. Yeah,
same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
Narf.
That sounds like a lot of work. Pass. Somebody else can take over the
I don't know. The
world.
brain usually has ideas that sound simple enough on the surface. Hey, Bun Bun. I had to move cat food out of here because the
Oh.
rabbit decided she'd start eating it.
Moving to Abbey in January. Awesome. I really like Abbotsford. I know there's a lot of people that complain about Abbotsford, but I really like Abbotsford. I chose to live here. I could have lived anywhere I wanted, and I chose Abbotsford. I do really like it here.
I could complain about the loud cars at night, but they just put speed bumps not too far from here. So
they did. They've been putting speed bumps in Abbotsford, which is great because people do drive stupid here. Like, I know people drive stupid everywhere, but even compared to Vancouver, people drive terrible in Abbotsford. They really do. So
multiple cars at a time will switch lanes right behind each other, and every time Yvonne and I just gasp oh man.
Oh, when I was bringing Gabriel home, so right in front of me there was a police car, so we were turning up the hill. There was a police car in front of me, and then there was one other car. The car missed there was the green arrow, then the yellow arrow. They missed that, and they went to go on the green light, but those cars were trying to come, and then there was somebody crossing in the crosswalk, so they had to stop and block all traffic
in front of the police officer.
In front of the police car, and I was just going, oh.
Did he put his lights on?
No, he didn't, but as soon as those cars went, he went right up the hill. Gabriel was laughing so hard. But yeah, we have a lot of really good restaurants, especially if you like Indian food. We have fantastic Indian food.
Good Asian food too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. And
some good Chinese food restaurants.
Yeah, we do have some good Chinese food.
I've been chowing down on some Chinese food again lately. My stomach doesn't like it, but I don't care.
And we've got some good bakeries. There are some good restaurants. We like Roseland. Cora's good for local places. A lot of Greek islands.
Why are you knocking
Paleotes, the Italian restaurant. There's a lot of places. Anything down Five Corners area. Burger is really good. We have lots of good places in Abbotsford.
Oh, thank you, Louisiana.
Oh, Shannon, how old are you?
Old enough to have cataracts.
Old.
I turned 53 in February. So, but we're talking about getting me like Terminator eyes. So Vegas, if I can get that lens for that.
Vegas is so rough to drive in. I would not drive in Vegas.
I don't know why anybody even tries driving on the Strip. I don't. Go around the Strip. You drive on the Strip. It's going to take you 40 minutes to get from one end to the other if you're lucky.
Someone once told me Abbotsford is the Red Deer of BC. I've been to Red Deer, and that is not accurate.
Chilliwack could be closer.
Anyway, yeah.
A lot of farms, a lot of hicks, a lot of
Abbotsford. If you want to leave Abbotsford, you don't have to. We have everything here.
Chilliwack probably has fewer teeth per capita than Abbotsford.
A lot more trucks.
Oh yeah,
a lot more.
Lot of trucks,
and they will ride your bumper.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Chilliwack and Abbotsford are very different, even though it's so close.
They really are very different.
I'm about to move to Prince George, BC from Edmonton. Oh, okay, from Edmonton. Oh.
That's almost straight across. The way I remember it from when I went up to Edmonton.
No, it's further north. It has to be further north.
Prince George is further north?
Yes,
I don't know.
Because
Edmonton's pretty far north.
From here, Prince George is like 10 hours north.
Yeah, and Edmonton's like a 12
To me, Prince George is a lot prettier than Edmonton.
Is Edmonton a 12-hour or 13-hour drive?
There's a lot of bugs, though. But it's really pretty.
But that's why I laugh when I look at the NHL schedule, and you'll have a team play in Edmonton one night and Seattle the next. And I'm thinking, whoever does this scheduling does not actually understand how close Edmonton and Seattle really are not to one another. It's one of my favorites.
Just wondering if you've been there. I have a few times. Is there anything I should check out? There's some cool history stuff.
Prince
There's
George
a lot
is a nice town.
Indigenous areas
around
there. There are some really cool history things.
Isn't that where you take the kids?
Yeah.
Like Barkerville.
In the summer.
Barkerville?
Yes, yeah. Barkerville is about an hour from there.
So that's where
Barkerville's really fun.
Not at this time of year, but
it's closed this time of year, except for they opened a little bit for Christmas. Yeah. It's really pretty up there. Very pretty up there. I wouldn't want to live there personally, but
if anybody would know pretty, it's my wife, because she's radiant.
Dork.
Did you notice that Hugh Dillon, when he was making his way around, how many guys were like trying to high five him, and he just ignored every single one of them during the headstones portion of the concert?
Oh,
that's why I didn't even try. I was like, I'm not getting stuck hanging.
Yeah, 52 is not old.
My eyes say it.
I know. Gosh, in both of us. So I have trouble reading.
Now
I'm
neither of us can see. Now both of us have blurred vision.
Can we get your guys' Thanksgiving dinner review, please? Our Thanksgiving was a month and a half ago. It was delicious. I posted pictures online back then. It was great.
Turkey's great.
Yeah. I would totally cook another turkey, though.
Oh, no problem. You know what? I think turkey should be a year-round thing. We could
start doing American, but the thing is, you have to have the oven on for so long.
But in the winter,
I wouldn't do it in July or August. I would not.
But we could have like a turkey dinner.
We could start doing American Thanksgiving just so I could have another turkey.
We could have a turkey dinner for New Year's. I have not had a New Year's turkey dinner since I was a little kid.
We could do that.
We used to have Christmas dinner, and then we'd have New Year's dinner. So whatever fight the family started on Christmas, you could finish on New Year's. It was great.
We didn't do family stuff.
My dad and my grandpa did not mix.
No.
I didn't.
First coach to get fired prediction.
Oh, first coach to get fired. First coach to get fired. I don't think it's going to be Huska, and I know Flames fans are going to think Huska. I could see Burnett in Nashville, possibly.
Dr. Putt says he was 11 when you were born. There you go.
Has he had cataracts?
You're just young. I don't know. I'm sure
because as soon as I posted about it on my personal Facebook, there were a lot of people that came out with that. I understand it's painless to get like cataracts fixed, but just the idea of somebody putting something in my eye while I'm watching, I might need some Ativan, maybe a couple edibles.
I really am having trouble with this.
Oh, gee, I should be trying to read it, shouldn't I?
Really having trouble.
Did I see Buble on Donnie and Dolly today? Yeah, I did. I actually commented underneath the video. Michael was talking about how it's going to get better before it gets worse. Or it's bad now, but it's going to get better. And
it's going to get better
he's really positive. But he did make sure to take a shot at Frank Saravelli too. And he basically said this guy doesn't have any inside information. I guess Frank came out and said that he's heard that Quinn Hughes has decided to stay in Vancouver, but Quinn hasn't made that decision yet. What I've heard, I can't say from who, but what I've heard is he hasn't made up his mind. And that, I mean, it's Mike. So the funny thing is anything Mike said today to Donnie and Dolly, he said to me the last time we talked on the phone.
Yeah.
That was a very, very similar. Even all the pauses sounded the same. And I'm like, this is great. That's exactly how Mike talked to me. And he's releasing a country album. It's old-fashioned country,
for him. I mean, I guess that's better.
It's going to be like the Gene Autry kind of old-fashioned.
That could be kind of. I could see Mike doing that. That could be really.
He even
good.
did a little bit of crooning, and he can go right into that voice right away.
Not my thing, but he can definitely do that.
Right. Hope it does well.
What's your thoughts on Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua?
Well, he's been ducking me for a while. I did leave some challenges out there. Now that my vision's screwed up, he'll probably take me on, but because, I figure, like I'm wiry and I'm short. So he'll just throw punches over my head while I'm hitting body shots because I'm too short for him.
There you go.
So it'll be great. And then every time he kind of, does a punch down, I'll just go through his legs and punch him in the back. And then I know that's against the rules, but I don't play by the rules. I don't follow Jake Paul's fights. He handpicks his opponents in questionable manners, and it's all about money. So he makes sure he has a really good chance of winning. He makes sure the guy on the other side of the ring has got name recognition for the money. And then from there, it's kind of the Mike Tyson thing really put me off. Yeah. When it came out after just how many health challenges Mike Tyson had and the fact that he was in the ring. Right. I don't like Mike Tyson as a person.
Right.
For various reasons that everybody knows, but you don't put a guy in a boxing ring when they should not be in there, even if they're a legend. I just, that I didn't like.
What? Oh, Dr. Putt says no, but he's had glasses since he was 18.
So apparently there's various kinds of lenses you can get. You can get the mono, which just basically replaced the lens I have, but you can get like bifocal lenses, like naturally. So I would never need glasses.
I'm calling them bionicle lenses.
It's
because then he has like bionic eyes.
like we'd have to finance to make it work, but if I never need glasses,
that could end up saving money.
Yes.
Because then you don't have to go get your eyes checked. Yep. You don't have to get glasses.
And then officially I'm a superhero.
There you go.
I've never had 20/20 vision.
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
I remember it was
crazy.
It was 25 years ago. I'm at a bar and I was DJing, but we couldn't get anything started until the game was over. So we're watching the baseball game. And I said to my friend next to me, I'm like,
Shadow.
I don't know what the hell they got this game on for. Nobody can read the score. And he looks at me and goes, it's 4-1. It's right there. And I'm like, oh, that just looks like a blur to me. He's like, dude, I can see that clearly. I'm like, whatever. And so I changed the subject, but
try putting contacts in before toting how much you'd rather do that than glasses. Oh, contacts. I tried contacts. I did the hard
I don't
contacts.
touch my eye. I don't.
I did hard contacts back in the 90s. And man, those are awful.
Those
you have
hurt.
to put them directly on your
hurt.
pupil. But if you touch your face, they pop out. And so that's awful. And then I did the soft contacts.
They're all soft now, aren't they?
No, I don't think so. Because, so for me, I tried the soft contacts. They are. But I couldn't see properly. I still couldn't see very well. And so they were way more comfortable. But they don't work as well as hard contacts for my ridiculous eyes.
Eccarodicalio.
What was your DJ name?
I had Spider, Spyder, and then I found out every DJ was Spider with a Y. So I was like, oh, crap. So I never really had anything that worked. I thought about something related to Shan, and I thought, nah. And so I never really had an official one. I would still love to DJ, though. I've told her if we could like rent a hall and I could just get like a whole setup and I could just DJ my own birthday party, that'd be perfect. I'd be happy.
Hello from Manitoba. Saw your comment yesterday about the headstones. Can't believe they didn't get bigger than they were.
The headstones,
I love them.
The headstones are the closest to punk in terms of bands that I like. I've had Unsound stuck in my head today. Unsound isn't even one of my favorite songs of theirs, but man, is that catchy live. That is gonna become Unsound. Just, it's so good. And their energy level, like the fact that from the first song until the last song, and it was about an hour, nobody took a break.
They had a long
nobody
set,
left the stage.
Have any breaks.
He didn't stop moving the whole time. I was amazed because every concert we go to, there's always little breaks for band members.
Everybody can go off,
where they can go have a drink or they can use the washroom, whatever.
They did not.
Headstones come out. It is balls to the wall the entire time. I cannot recommend. You know what? Headstones and Rob Zombie would be an amazing concert.
Oh, they would go well together. Yeah,
that'd be an amazing concert.
Yeah,
and then you could count who says the F word more between Rob Zombie and Hugh Dillon.
Hugh. No question.
It was constant.
No question.
He was putting F words into songs that don't have F words in them. I was like, I don't remember the song having that many swear words in it. All right, you do you, man.
What's up with Wolf? Sophomore slump or bad team?
A little bit of both. And also Cooley's playing really well. Cooley's making him look bad by comparison. Wolf, I think it's a confidence issue right now. I think they'd be better off. Give Cooley half the games, give Wolf some nights off, give him a little bit of extra work. And I think you've honestly got yourself a decent tandem in Calgary.
What F word are we talking about? Or are we talking about the Flames?
Fornication.
Yeah.
Mexican fake? It's a Pussifer inside joke.
So funny.
Maynard James Keenan.
Maynard has a great sense of humor.
We don't say the F word here. Fornication?
Fornication. It's great. Okay. If the Nucks made any trades before the deadline, is there any short-term benefit, or do you see it as a longer-term move despite them saying they are not rebuilding? Thanks for all the fun content.
I said to a friend of mine last night during the concert, because he messaged me, and I said, if the Canucks trade futures to try to make it this year, I'm going to have a huge rant. And he said, sounds good. He knows I will. The Canucks are in a tough spot. They want to keep Quinn Hughes, right? So you got to tell them the future's bright. But you got to sell them on the future. And I think if they have a plan, and that's been my concern always has been the Canucks are kind of like, well, we're trying to get in this year. And if we can get in this year, we'll be good. And it's like, no, have a long-term plan. So if trading Kiefer Sherwood ends up being good for the long-term plan, I'm down with it. If trading Connor Garland, which I think is a horrible idea because he just signed an extension, but if they do that and it's with a long-term plan in mind, then I'm okay with it. I just want to see a plan. That's it. I'm tired of what doesn't appear to be a plan. That's my concern.
Is there another league that you like to follow besides the NHL?
If you're talking about other sports, I used to love watching the NFL every Sunday. That was the only one I ever bet on too, was football, because you could just do all the games and just bet on who won and who lost. And I used to do that. I wasn't bad at it. I do like watching baseball at times. In terms of other hockey leagues, I have watched WHL. I've watched BCHL because growing up in Chilliwack with the Chiefs, right? And I do enjoy AHL hockey. We're Abbotsford season ticket holders. So
I go
there's
to
definitely some
almost
good hockey.
all of the games.
You do. You do.
There's 4 next week. 4 home games next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday.
I hope they win one of them.
I really hope so.
That team is just decimated.
They've won one at home.
I told her yesterday.
In a shootout.
I told her yesterday that the Canucks
rough.
tandem was Tolopilo and Patera, and she goes, "Oh," and I said, "The Vancouver Canucks," and the look on her face, because those are the Abbotsford goaltenders. So that just tells you where the Canucks are at right now. I think Lankinen wants out. I have a feeling. That's not based on any information. I think that's where it's going to go. I think Lankinen's going to want out.
Hey guys, go on to any GoldenEye games soon.
She wants to.
I really, really
Tickets
want
are
to.
flying though.
I know.
They are
I
flying.
really, really want to. I need to see if there's any more Tuesday
That
games
Vancouver
that
team
would
is
be
making
available.
really good money.
Awesome. I'm so
The
happy.
PWHL right now is making good money.
I'm so happy they're doing well. I'm glad the games are selling out and people are going to them, and
TSN and Sportsnet are both carrying games this year.
Fantastic. Which that's
nationally.
what needs to happen.
Yeah.
People won't follow it if they can't watch it.
I have watched some of it.
Games.
I haven't done reviews because I'm doing NHL and I don't feel like adding another review on top. And that's like, well, which one do I do first? I know I've thought about doing PWHL reviews on the Entertainment Guy. I've considered doing that on the Entertainment Guy.
You think Tree Living kills any Leafs playoff hopes?
No, I think, and I hate to focus on a singular name, but what bothered me over the summer was, so you let Marner go, okay, but there didn't seem to be an idea for who was going to replace that 100 points. So you've got Cowan coming up as a rookie, and Nyes can step in, but then somebody has to replace where Nyes was in the lineup, and they're kind of meandering. I don't think it's Tree Living's issue necessarily. I think this is still largely the team he inherited from Kyle Dubas. And this is still a flawed, we're going to build around 4 guys kind of mentality that seems to be in Toronto. Not as much now that Marner's gone, but they didn't quite replace Marner either.
Should the Jets do a rebuild? I don't think they need a rebuild.
I did see posts from people, Jets fans, saying that they look old and slow. I think the problem is, I mentioned this in the preview, Jonathan Taves is a good player. I think he's best suited to be a third-line center at this stage, and he's being used as a second-line center, and he does not provide the offense for a second-line center, and it is hurting their attack. Nemesnikov's numbers are down. I don't think Niederreiter's producing very much right now either. It's just having a drag effect. This is that Nikolai Ehlers exit that's being felt by them.
Would love to see PWHL power rankings.
I want to get all the pucks. I'd like to get the 8 pucks and then have like
fun.
a power rankings with 8 pucks for the PWHL. I may eventually do that. So, but I have to have the 8 PWHL logos to really make it work.
I want to say thank you for all your content. Just started watching your channel about a month ago.
Thank you.
Does Minnesota make it past the first round this year?
God, I hope so. It's been a while. It's been since 2015. So it's kind of the channel's fault because the channel came into existence in 2016.
Way to go, Shannon.
I did it to Detroit too. They haven't made the playoffs since my channel became a hockey channel.
That?
I don't know. I have weird superpowers and they're stupid and they're pointless. So I'd love to see Minnesota get through a round this year, but it's going to be tough because they're going to have to beat either Dallas or Colorado in the first round. And that's not easy.
Hey, the hockey guy. Glad to see your wife back healthy again. I'm not quite healthy, but I'm getting there. Let me ask, do you have any of the new jerseys that came out this 2025-26 season?
I've got the third jersey for Edmonton. I've got the new third jersey for Ottawa. I've got the Centennial jersey for Detroit, both real and fake. And I've got the New York Rangers Centennial as well. There are other jerseys that are not yet added to the collection, but will be. It's just tricky because some of them Fanatics has not released in Canada for as blanks. I like to get the blanks. And with a name on the back, it's $322 Canadian.
Which is stupid.
Because I want the Sharks that throwback to the one from 25 years ago.
Yeah, that one looks nice.
And there's a couple others too. And
not for that much though.
No, I'm not paying $322 for a jersey with a name on the back, especially if that name could potentially get moved at some point. And then
I'd rather buy groceries. Because I'm picky like that.
Don't you want me to look good going out looking for groceries? That new Kings jersey, sexy as hell.
Where are you looking for groceries? When was the last time you went to a grocery store?
You get me that Kings jersey, I'll go with you to the grocery store. You hate the grocery store as much as I do.
I do.
We shop online. As soon as I saw that, like the stores locally will just bring the food to our house for like $5, I'm like,
it saves so much time.
Because then you're not doing the impulse buying.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, I can get these and these. No, I want this
exactly how much your groceries are going to cost.
Yep. I much prefer shopping online.
It saves me so much time.
I was terrible. I would always shop when I was hungry, and my cart would be overflowing, and I'm like, this was a bad idea. I'm hungry. So, yeah.
Does it feel like there are more injuries than normal this year? It feels like there is a lot this year.
It's the condensed schedule, and wait till there's teams that have 17 game months in January and March. So it's not going to get better.
I've seen a few people ask your opinion on the new Dallas jersey.
It's the sexiest jersey I've ever seen. You've seen the new Dallas when I showed that to you.
Yeah.
That's freaking gorgeous. That's absolutely amazing. I saw that and I went, yes, we have achieved nirvana. If that gets added to my collection, it is the new number one. That LA Kings Shield jersey that's been number one forever. By the new Dallas Black Star jersey becomes number one, and then it becomes their permanent jersey immediately. Not that I have an opinion.
Fleet actually look better than last year, faster and more structured. Of course, lost offense without Hillary, but with Frankel, they don't need much.
She's an amazing goaltender. And that's the thing. One thing to consider too with the PWHL is because it's only in year 3, you're going to have surprises. You're going to have players that can come in and produce right away. It's not going to be quite as predictable as what we see in the NHL. So it's nice to see the Fleet get off to a good start.
What do you think the Sens should add for their playoff push?
I would say they need a little bit of depth on the blue line. I think having a reliable number 3 goaltender, just in case something happens to Ullmark or Marilainen, could be a good move. Outside of that, they're really not that far off. Getting back Tkachuk should help quite a bit.
And don't you think the NHL needs to go back to the 1 versus 8 playoff format, since next season the NHL is going to 84 games next season?
I don't think they're going to go back to 1v8. That's broadcasters. The NHL seems to like it better this way. I still remember with the 1v8 that you still had a lot of matchups that were the same from one year to the next. And what the networks and the NHL weren't as keen on is that you can have a situation where a team is waiting for almost a week and they don't know who they're playing yet. And so for the networks, they don't have something they can hype up where they can say, okay, the winner of this series will be facing these guys. It's just one of these 4 teams is going to play. So It's for more structure. It's for rivalries. Until the NHL or the networks change their mind, we have this system.
I don't know what this is. I like rivalry matchups best.
It makes for a great first round. Absolutely fantastic first round.
Is Wedgwood legitimately threatening Blackwood for the starter position permanently?
In one of my many Colorado videos today, I did point out that Blackwood, if you look at the analytics, is actually a little bit ahead of Wedgwood. I still like Blackwood better as a goaltender. Wedgwood's a very good, reliable backup goaltender, and he's done yeoman's work for the Avs so far this year. But I think Blackwood's going to get the tougher matchups. And with him having back-to-back shutouts right now, I think we're going to see Blackwood get some more games. I think he's just the better of the two goaltenders.
Hello from Minnesota. How do you feel about Minnesota playing Colorado tomorrow? Being a Minnesota fan, I'm not feeling optimistic.
Minnesota's
think we have a chance.
Minnesota's 10-1-1 this month, so they have a chance. Colorado's won 10 in a row. They've never won more than 12 in a row. It's very difficult to have a winning streak that goes much past 10. So I would not be surprised if Minnesota scores an upset tomorrow. I'm not banking on it. I don't gamble, but I would not be entirely surprised.
That'd be cool, eh?
For Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
And for Jessie Pierce, she's my favorite of the Minnesota Wild fans, so it'd be great for her. You're a Minnesota? Are you a Minnesota Wild? Oh, you're my favorite Minnesota Wild fan.
Dork. How much longer can this Avs streak go on?
If they get past Minnesota tomorrow, the record they have is 12. Game 13 would be against Vancouver. So if they beat Minnesota and then beat Montreal, they have a good chance of beating Vancouver to get that 13. Because Vancouver loves to have their name in the record books. It's just usually not as a winning team or the one that stopped that famous goal. They're the ones that allow the famous goals. So, yeah.
Are the Wings falling apart again? Big test tomorrow versus Tampa.
The Wings are a middle of the road team. And this week, honestly, and I'm not trying to spoil power rankings, they haven't moved up or down the last time I looked. I haven't updated them from last night's games, so they may move down a little bit. I see Detroit as one of those teams that could very well end up in the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to be top 3 in that division. That division's very wide open, but I could see them missing as well. It's so tight in the East, and the goaltending hasn't been as strong as I'd hoped it would be for Detroit.
People say the Oilers are just like the Avs, but with worse goaltending. Is that true?
No, they don't have the wingers that the Avs have. They don't have the defense. The Avs defense is absolutely ridiculous, and their structure. And there's just this confidence that runs through that team from the top player to the bottom player. There's no comparison right now between the Avs and the Oilers.
Sorry,
that's okay.
Trouble. Okay, do you think the Avalanche have been blowing the best opportunity to be a modern-day dynasty over the last few years?
Yep. Between the loss against Seattle, a series they shouldn't have lost, and against Dallas, the first time they played Dallas was much better. Last year, I was pretty sure Colorado's. You can ask her. I'm always scared when it's Dallas, Colorado. I'm nervous the whole damn game. And I keep thinking to myself, if the Avs get this rolling, they just haven't got it rolling.
Do you know when the Stars jerseys go on sale?
I haven't heard anything about the Stars jerseys yet. And since they just revealed them, my guess is it's going to be early in the new year.
Are you still concerned about the Jets' attendance?
Not really. Their attendance hasn't dropped from where it was last year that I've seen, not appreciably. Ownership doesn't seem to be overly worried about the attendance either. Unless there's a long-term fallback in the attendance, I don't think it's a big issue right now.
Would you stomach a Canucks rebuild?
At this point, whatever.
I don't have
I want a plan
for that.
You don't have a stomach for anything.
Haha, I'm so funny. Okay.
Don't look at me. My vision's blurred on everything right now.
They go on sale tomorrow, if I remember right.
Oh, do they?
Maybe in the team store?
Probably on the NHL site, too. You might have to get me another Christmas present. Yeah, pricey Christmas for you there, lady friend.
If I can only watch a game live, Duck versus Wild or Ducks versus Canadians, which tickets should I grab?
Ducks versus Canadians. Very fast. Both those teams are fast. They're both young. They're both fun to watch.
Oh,
That's
somebody
what I'd
else
go
says
with
they
it.
do go on sale tomorrow.
Nice. In time for Christmas.
I've heard Nashville has had scouts at Habs games. Have you heard anything? And what could Stamkos do for the Habs top 6 in your opinion? Cheers,
Ooh,
go Habs.
I'm not convinced that Stamkos is a top 6 forward at this point in his career.
We've got 2 cats behind us.
Stamkos is older, and yeah, I don't know if Stamkos is still a top 6 forward. I think he's a power play specialist at this point, and you have to temper expectations. He's more of a 20-goal scorer now than a 40 or 50. What is your problem, tiny cat?
No, Shannon's eyes are not better. It will be a while.
I need surgery.
Hello, Shannon and Yvonne. As a Rangers fan, I'm watching my team with some bemusement. What do you think could be causing their comically bipolar inconsistency?
They're not working well together. The one thing I've noticed with the Rangers, they just don't. When they have a game, when they're on and they're communicating well, everything seems to be all right. But man, when they go dysfunctional, it's an absolute disaster. And that can be on the coach, although he was just hired. That can be on the GM for the players he's put together. And if the Rangers fail to make the playoffs this year, Chris Drury might be on his way out.
Hope you're both well.
I mean, she's out of surgery and I'm going to go into surgery, but mine's quick. So I can't complain too much.
So people are asking what's wrong with your eyes.
Cataracts. I have cataracts in both eyes. I went in yesterday. I blurry vision in my right eye, but they can't see the back of my eye. So they know there's cataracts in both eyes. The optometrist has referred me to an ophthalmologist. We're waiting to hear back from them, and then it'll be a consultation. I'm trying to find some kind of visual aids to make it easier for my eyes and make it so it's easier for me to see things. So we're going to try a few different things, but it's going to be a fun time until I get surgery and get that fixed.
How do the Jets fix how disconnected they look?
They don't have enough top end skill. They just there's something missing there. That top end skill is not where you want it to be, and they're just not sharp.
You don't wear glasses for cataracts. Glasses does not fix cataracts.
No.
Glasses does not fix your vision with cataracts.
No.
It makes it so your vision's blurry. It's like having fog in front of your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Next 4 spots for expansion, I believe, is going to be Atlanta, Houston, Phoenix. No clue about the 4th city. What do you think the 4th city will be for expansion?
If they went with 4, I'd like to see Quebec City, that 4th city. I'd really like to see Quebec get back into the NHL. I do agree with the other 3. I think Atlanta's a given. Houston's pretty much a given. And they're still trying to get back into Arizona, and the Doan family is trying to help bring the Coyotes back. So I think those are likely to be the 3 places. I know that's not a sexy pick for a lot of hockey fans that don't want to see them go back where it's failed before, but those are the markets the NHL covets.
Can Vegas replace Pietrangelo by the deadline?
If they get Rasmus Anderson out of Calgary. If Anderson wants to go, and if they can figure out a trade, Anderson can absolutely replace Pietrangelo.
It sounds like you're ready for a rough job.
I did see some comments about it, and I thought about doing a Gary Bettman phone call where it would be, "Oh, why are you calling me, Gary? What do you mean I have a chance to become an NHL referee? But only if I don't have surgery, like something like that." But I didn't do it.
Should Toronto tank for McKenna since the 1st round pick is only top 5 protected?
Ooh, that's risky though, because then if you lose this is a good draft, so even if they draft 8th or 9th, you might be in a really bad situation for Toronto there as well. So it's too dangerous unless you just embrace the tank.
Tanking is ever a good idea. But.
And it sends a bad message to Matthews, Marner, and all the top guys. So it's tricky. It's a balancing act for Toronto right now.
My dad got surgery to remove cataracts a few years ago. Really helped.
Yeah.
So everybody's saying that totally fixes it.
Yeah.
Any hope of NHL going to 3-2-1 system to get a bit less congestion in the standings and separating the teams better?
They like the congestion in the standings. I talked about that in a video last week. They like the congestion. They like that all these teams are so tightly packed together. 3-2-1 system would definitely help to separate. They don't want it. I would. That's one of those things that if we do see Bettman step down and then a commissioner comes in that has a different vision, maybe we start to see some traction towards the 3-2-1. But he'd have to talk the owners into it as well.
What do you think is the distinction between tanking and rebuilding?
You tank when you're rebuilding. If it's a one-off, then you don't trade out your core guys. If it's a tank, you're trading out at least a couple of your core guys.
Who do you think is the closest replacement to Dustin Byfuglien in the current NHL? I miss him.
Oh, geez. There aren't very many that play the way Dustin Byfuglien did. Because you'd have to have the combination of the physicality, you have to have the offensive ability, and it has to be a defenseman that could play forward as well. I don't know that there is anybody who plays like Byfuglien did, but it's rare. Like the only defenseman I can even think of that made an effective forward was Brent Burns. And he's been on the blue line now for over 10 years since that foray to the right wing. I believe that was with Minnesota. It was with Minnesota. He played forward there for, I think it was one full season. Might have been a little more than that.
Really like the PWHL rule of points being counted towards the draft order once a team is eliminated.
I like that too. I can't see the NHL adopting that either. I don't know why, but it just feels like, I think with the NHL, they're making record profits and they don't see the need for any kind of changes right now. They don't want to mess with something that they feel is working.
Do you think Binnington or Parenko actually get moved? If so, where do you think?
I don't think those two guys get moved. I don't think St. Louis is going to, because if you're going to move Binnington or Parayko, you're kind of signaling it's a rebuild. And I think Binnington's such a folk hero in St. Louis. That's a really, really dangerous move to make, especially if he goes somewhere else and all of a sudden he's winning a Stanley Cup. So I think it'd be somebody that's not a core guy that gets moved. I don't think Binnington or Parayko get moved.
Hey, Shannon, you talk about teams should do less full rebuilds, but also mention that an issue Canucks had was that they didn't tank or rebuild. Can you explain this a bit?
So I don't like the full teardown. I don't mind a rebuild. I don't like the full teardown where you trade off all the veterans like San Jose did, Ottawa did. Because now you're not only going out and getting picks, you still got to get guys on the ice. You got to get warm bodies on the ice to play for you. And it gets tougher and tougher to attract players to your, like the rebuild should be one where you still have veterans guiding you through it. And so like for the Canucks, as long as they have veterans that buy in that here's what we're doing. You could have Pettersson, Hughes, Besser, guys like this buy in. This is what we're doing. And we're going to shepherd in these new kids. I don't like when it's a full teardown because then you're asking fans to pay a premium price to watch a team that you know damn well is not an NHL caliber club.
Props for your third Avalanche jersey of the day.
Fourth. This is my fourth Avalanche jersey of the day. I wore the blue word mark, the red word mark. Then I wore my Sakic, and now I'm wearing the reverse retro 2.0. 1.0. No, 2.0. 1.0 was the Nordiques.
Who will host the 2027 Winter Classic?
They haven't announced that yet.
I don't think. They don't usually announce those till they're closer.
They'll probably announce it right before the 2026 one. I would like to see, to host a Winter Classic. I mean, Detroit just had a stadium game. I wouldn't mind seeing Detroit get another Winter Classic. Detroit-Toronto was such a pretty game when they had their Winter Classic. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back because you had red versus blue.
Yep.
I love red versus blue. So my vote would be for Detroit and Toronto.
Always wondered if the NHL could do the playoffs like the MLB. First round, best 2 out of 3. Round 2, best of 5. Last 2 rounds, best of 7.
The first round was best 3 out of 5 up until 1986. Best 3 out of 5 they got away from because they felt that it was too easy to score an upset. Same reason they won't do a best 2 out of 3. They were going to do a best 2 out of 3 in 2020 for the qualifying round, and teams fought against it because they knew that a goaltender, and Carey Price was the example at the time, that Carey Price could just steal a series of his best 2 out of 3. So NHL teams are not keen on that. And so that's why it's best of 7 in every round.
How predatory do you think the endless sports betting ads are?
It's awful.
Very, very, very.
It's awful.
I think it's terrible. It is awful. It is so... It is bad making something like that so incredibly accessible.
And they market it.
Be at home and instantly bet it.
They market it the same way.
Lose your money so fast.
Like the marketing is the same as back in the 80s when they had Spuds McKenzie for like they were advertising to teenagers with alcohol back in the 80s.
And that's what I keep thinking of, these young guys watching these sports, and they make it so it's like a video game, and they're already into the video games, and so it just translates over, and you lose your money.
The microtransactions in video games have primed a generation for gambling.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
those loot boxes.
It's too easy.
Hideous.
For people to lose their money so fast, and then there's nothing you can do about it.
Thanks, video game industry, for raising everybody to gamble.
I think it is awful.
Yeah, I agree. I remember when the NHL series started adding gambling elements, and I'm like, what the hell? I just want to play a hockey game. I don't want to have to buy players.
Saw that some senators in Canada asked for the ads to be banned. That would be great. I would be all for that. I think it's awful.
Like, they have the rules about, make sure people understand is
whatever.
It's not that easy to win, but
the sponsorships by betting websites or apps is terrible as well.
Every time,
how wrong is that?
Every time I'm watching a game and I see the face-off percentages, I get angry a little bit. Every time I'm watching a game and I see the props up in the corner. Right now, this one's plus 340 and this one's minus 160. I'm like, why are we constantly getting the ads during the game, during gameplay? Can we just not? Because I don't care about the odds. It's one of the reasons I love watching AHL games. So when the Stanley Cup has been awarded, then I can watch Calder Cup games, and there's none of it. There's absolutely no gambling ads in AHL broadcasts. So Flow Hockey carries AHL games, and if you have a chance to watch a couple, it's a breath of fresh air. There's no digital board ads, and there's no gambling ads. And some of the ads they have are just these really cool, hokey, like used car dealers with that yokel kind of drawl, and come on down now. You hear? It's fantastic. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the 80s. I'm so excited. Here's Cal Worthington in his dog spot. Hell yeah, give me that energy back. Do you remember Cal Worthington in his dog spot from the old car commercials?
Oh, yes. Well, I remember the dog.
See, that's why he had the dog in the commercials, because everybody remembered the dog.
Sometimes we get just the percentage for face-off one. It's nice. The money lines are just annoying.
Especially when they're talking about it in studio. When they have a whole segment. Oh my gosh.
The
Sportsnet has the whole segment now.
Oh,
here's what the money odds. Let's look at the big board. Let's not. As soon as I hear we're going to look at the big board, I change the channel. So if there's only one game on and they go to the big board, I turn on like the Big Bang Theory, or I go over to the news for a couple minutes because I don't care.
It really, really normalizes betting on everything.
I don't care. Did you see who's in the latest commercial that's saying hockey's random? Connor Hellebuck. Because he makes a big save, and the guy's like, oh man, I just lost $500 because of that save. I took the over. And then Connor Hellebuck on the TV goes, hockey's random. Stats change. And I was like, good on you, Connor Hellebuck. He went up a notch in my book when I saw him in that commercial.
Do you ever get sick of hockey? I've played my whole life, and sometimes I need a break, even though hockey is life.
I will let you guys in on something. When I went to that concert last night, I did not take out my phone to check anything hockey. The only reason I knew that the Canucks won was because my friend in Chilliwack actually messaged me and goes, yeah, we won, woohoo. And I was like, okay. And you had told me before that they were winning.
I had said something seconds before, but yes, it was his friend that messaged him.
To say they officially won. Until the game is finished, I know they haven't necessarily won. How many times have they pulled a loss from the jaws of victory?
There was 3 seconds left in the game.
Doesn't matter. They don't need much time.
But
come on, get that puck in the net, boys. But I don't. When the channel started out I would do like watch hockey, everything all the time. Now I'm at the point where if I'm not in this room and I'm not readying up for videos and watching hockey games, I try to take a mental break and do other things. So, you know, like tonight I'll watch Traders and I'll talk about Traders, and we'll watch a dumb Christmas movie. Hopefully it's an actual movie, unlike that other one we watched. There was just, he wrote a bad review for their...
That was so dumb.
And that was it. The whole movie was he wrote a bad
so
review
dumb.
for a baking place.
So weird.
And that was the movie. That
So
was
weird.
it. None of the other characters had a character.
He didn't have a character.
No. And then when the movie almost happened, then randomly somebody comes in and starts talking, and I said, this is the Truman Show. These are the only two real people. Everybody else around them is an actor. It's the Truman Show. But that would have been far more entertaining than what the movie... I try to make the movies more entertaining than they are. My theory is that when you get into Christmas Town, you will never leave Christmas Town again. You are now stuck in Christmas Town, and then you have to bring in others. And there's this growing Christmas Town that will eventually take over the world.
Nailed it with the young people. If this was a thing when I was in college, it could have been dangerous. You think you know everything. Very bad. I bet there are college kids racking up huge debts. I know there are college kids that are racking up huge debts. I've heard the stories. I've seen
my life has been ruined twice by gambling. Not by me, but my life's been ruined twice by gambling. I will never support it.
Get nothing but sports betting ads watching your videos. Sorry, we have.
I apologize. I apologize. I know there are sports betting ads that are run on the channel. I have no affiliation with any of them. We get the emails almost daily, and we reject them.
And every once in a while, I will respond to them, not interested. And sometimes I'll be like, why? And I will let them know why. And then we don't hear from them anymore. Works really well. Oh, what concert did we go to?
Finger 11, which was excellent.
They were fantastic.
Headstones, which were fantastic. And then Tea Party, which was kind of like a jam session.
I really liked Tea Party.
I know he did. I like Sister Awake the way I remember it. And the way they performed it was not the way I remembered it. And I was kind of sad. And that was after they'd done Temptation in a way that was very different from the album version. And I was
sad. Thought it was still really fun. So I thought they were good.
I thought the best song they performed was The Bazaar.
I do really like that.
I thought The Bazaar they performed really well.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Here it's just Thursday.
True.
But happy Thanksgiving. Currently wearing my Panthers Reverse Retro Bobrovsky jersey today while playing ESPN NHL 2K5, the game that got me to become a Panthers fan.
It's a good game. The 2K series was good. I wish it was still around. I wish that when the 2K series was going, it had been a little bit better. I did prefer the EA Sports controls over the 2K ones, and I was sad about that because I really wanted 2K to be more competitive. I'm not a huge fan of EA Sports.
How stitious are you? I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
I have a t-shirt with that on it.
He says that frequently.
I have the Michael Scott t-shirt that says that.
Shannon's definitely a little bit stitious.
I try, but I still don't wear Canuck jerseys on game days.
See, he's definitely a little bit.
I don't.
I have none.
For a video, fine, but off a video, no. If it's a Canuck game day, I'm not wearing their jersey. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not at all.
No, she doesn't have that.
I don't.
I'm a guy. Most guys have sports superstitions.
I understand that I have absolutely no impact on players.
One of the reasons I don't get cocky when a team that I'm rooting for does well is because they always crash out, and then I feel bad. I'm like, okay, I've got to settle it down. I got cocky. It impacted their play somehow, some way, and so I don't get cocky, on or off camera.
Wish we could say no to the YouTube ads. You can. You just have to pay for it.
I have YouTube Premium, and it pays for itself every month. It's great. It's great. I'm so happy with YouTube Premium. I think it's great.
We get questions about it quite frequently. When you have YouTube Premium, whichever channels you watch, the creators actually get paid better by that than they do when you have to watch the ads.
So like a lot of the videos that I've been watching with my YouTube Premium have been Wrestle Me. So Wrestle Me's having a decent month because or a couple months because I've been watching a lot of their videos. WrestleMe's just absolutely hilarious. They have a lot of opinions on wrestling that I would never have the courage to actually say out loud in camera and videos. And they just say things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they just said that. That's great. And so subscribe from me.
Do both of you know anyone who will take the full week off when GTA 6 drops next November? No. It'll be the biggest game launch of all time. Can't wait.
And it's going to crash the servers. You wait.
I do not know people.
Those servers are going to be overloaded
for a video game.
I know we're going to have at least one kid in this house that's going to be really excited to play it when it comes out.
He doesn't play GTA. We don't have any kids that play GTA.
Malachi will want to play the new one when it comes out.
I don't know that he will. He doesn't
people
like
he knows
it.
Will.
I don't know. He doesn't.
Why doesn't he like it? Is it the cops shooting him?
He doesn't like that type of game. He doesn't. There's no part of that he likes.
All right, so it'll be me then.
Yeah, there's
the PS5 right now is on sale. It's Black Friday for $519.
Holy hell!
It's normal $649. So I was thinking that's a pretty good deal.
That's not. It's not.
That's not bad.
No.
You know, for $500, I can get. It doesn't come with any games for that price. I
don't know. Pass on that.
But
I don't.
You know, it's the disc version, so I could listen to CDs on it.
Somebody's having fun with the little buttons that were. Thoughts on advanced analytics? A lot of discussion about that since the Foot comments about it.
I like analytics as part of the picture. I think it's like when I'm doing the player rankings, I will always use analytics. I do think it gives us a little more of a picture than just the eye test. And standard NHL stats are standard, and it doesn't give you the full picture. Especially, and I know because the video I just did a couple days ago, goaltenders. I don't think the standard stats give you the whole picture on goaltenders.
Do you like the Team Canada jersey for the Olympics?
They used the turkey butt again.
They look like the old ones, the ones from a few years
ago. And they revealed the American ones. It looks very similar to the 1980 ones, the Miracle on Ice. They're really going for that.
What the American
it's just it's like. USA, and it's got the shield. And then on the back of the neck, it says home of the free, land of the brave. I think ours just say moose and beavers, beaver tails.
Burr. I already have the old Olympic jersey though.
I have a lot of international jerseys. I'm not overly concerned. I looked at
the other Olympic gear they came out with this year is lame. I really liked the ones from the Summer Olympics 2 years ago. The ones this year, boring.
I think they were lame last Winter Games too.
Maroon and black puffer coats. They're really boring.
Neither of those are our flag colors.
No. They're boring.
Why is Canada embarrassed of red and white? Why can't they just make something red and white?
It's boring.
All the black is so weird. There's no black in our flag. I know they've done it for a long time. It's just weird to me. Just do red and white. Those are the country's colors.
Shocked the Flyers don't suck this year. So happy.
Rick Tocchet. Tocchet's got them playing in the system. Plus, they've unlocked Trevor Zegras' skill level. Something the Ducks really struggle with the last couple of years.
Should the Devils trade for Quinn Hughes now or wait to see if they get him for free later?
Well, since he's not available, you can try, but he's not available for trade. 15 points in 10 games this month. Canucks aren't trading him, not without asking for a king's ransom in return.
Flyers need a number one center and defenseman. I want Kadri or Tage Thompson or Zibanejad and defense Hughes. Who would you be after?
Kadri's the only one you listed that I think would be available. It's going to be a steep asking price though. If Kadri officially becomes available from the Flames, there'll be a lot of teams interested in his services.
It is Orange Coke.
Yeah. I don't like that as much now. I don't know why.
Because you've got the just orange soda.
I think it's the Orange Crush. The Orange Crush is just so delicious. So good. Diet Orange Crush is the greatest thing to happen. Now do it with grape. Bring back green apple. Have a diet green apple. The green apple crush was the greatest thing ever.
I like the green apple.
I used to get 2-liter bottles. Every time it came out, I get like 3 2-liter bottles because it was always just for a brief time. And it was so good. Sour green apple.
I like the apple. Biggest surprise team and player this year.
Biggest surprise team. In the positive, I would say I think we knew Anaheim would improve, but this has been above and beyond. In the East, I would say Boston being as competitive as they've been is surprising to me as a Bruins fan because they have Pasternak, they have a good defense, and Swayman's bounced back. But there's a lot of guys on that team that are just, your grunt workers, and they're putting in the effort. The negative surprises, I didn't know if the Canucks would get into the playoffs necessarily. I didn't think they would be as mediocre as they've been. And then in the East, I mean, the Rangers were supposed to bounce back this year, and they're not out of it necessarily, and I guess, I don't know, is Toronto a huge, probably a huge surprise that Toronto's been as mediocre as they've been.
For the new Dallas alternate, I think they should switch the green and black. I think it would make it pop more. Still love it though.
Well, if they switched it, it'd be the same as what they had back in the late 90s. So in having it black with a green border, it is different from what they had in the late 90s. I think it's just it's fantastic. I think it's wonderful. I'm gonna miss the Rave jerseys, but the Rave jersey will live on in my heart. Plus, I have one with my name on the back for meetups. So
somebody says they've never heard of such a flavor of orange Coke. Maybe it's just in Canada?
Nope. The orange cream Coke, I discovered this in the States. I discovered that one of the times we went to
Vegas or California?
No, it was in Bellingham. One of the times we went to
the store.
What's the name of the store? Winco. Yeah. Remember when I walked in and just that look on my face when I saw all the flavors.
That is one thing about American groceries. There's way more.
That first time I saw all the flavors, it was like I was in Nirvana in that moment. Like, oh my.
In the States, there's way more of
diet.
Everything.
The diet flavors are very limited in Canada. So when I have a chance to find that diet soda, because that was my big crutch when I was in my early 20s, was I would just drink soda by the 2 liters full, which was great until my metabolism went, all right, so I'm out of here. So that's just going to sit on you as fat from now on. So then I had to switch over to the diet.
Do you guys like living near Vancouver?
It's handy.
Yes.
It's handy. I'm glad we don't live in Vancouver.
Oh, goodness.
It's nice to have a choice of going to or not going to Vancouver on any given day.
I've explained it that one of the things that I like about Abbotsford is we're not in Vancouver, but if I want to go to Vancouver, it's really easy.
That's why when people say, well, why would any hockey player want to live in Vancouver? They don't. They live in North Van. They live in Burnaby, Surrey, Langley. They live in they live in those areas up in the hills. Absolutely gorgeous areas. Squamish. You could live up in Squamish.
Yeah, you could.
There's a lot of places. So there's so many beautiful places. No, they don't want to live in Vancouver, and they don't. The city of Vancouver, it's not like, I mean, there's a lot of residential places there, but it's people just work in Vancouver a lot.
Well, there's a lot of apartments or the old houses that are insanely expensive.
Yeah. So most of the Canucks would not be living in Vancouver. So people are right. Players don't want to live in Vancouver, and I get it. It's way too expensive, and it's not as pretty as, say, North Van. North Van's
beautiful.
I know that's where a lot of them live.
Is Tkachuk going to return to the Panthers in December, full-time or part-time? Also, LeBeau Field for a winter classic.
Oh, Lambeau would work, absolutely. You could get the Hawks out there.
I saw wrong letters, sorry.
You could have Chicago and Detroit would be a really good winter classic. In terms of Tkachuk, if Matthew Tkachuk comes back, it's going to be to play every game. He's not a guy who's going to sit out here and there. If he comes back, he's going to play every game, and he's going to test himself as much as possible to make sure he's ready to go for the Olympics. So if he's cleared in the month of December, it'll be to play every game.
BC is gorgeous.
Very much so.
I know I'm probably biased. I do think we live
one
in
of the things
the most beautiful
one of the things
world.
I do like about traveling is coming home and just realizing what a beautiful place I live in.
We are very lucky to live here.
Yeah.
Ever go to Victoria or Nanaimo? Yes. The island is a fun weekend trip. It absolutely is. I love going to the island. My kids love going to the island. We like going on the ferry. Yeah, we like going to the island.
Maybe we'll do something during the Olympics.
I'm going in April to a concert.
We do something during the Olympic break, maybe.
I would totally
go
go
over.
out there. Yep. I do love going out to the island. It's so pretty out there. I mean, it's pretty here too, but
It'd be
it's
fun to
really
go to Victoria
so
and look
nice.
around the
I love
the
wandering
buildings,
around
the
Victoria.
government buildings in Victoria.
Yeah. Oh,
Do the whole tour.
I showed you last time we went there, and we were talking to one of the guides, and Adelaide said something about how she was in Girl Guides, and they gave her a special patch for
Nice.
Girl Guides that visit Parliament. I'm
Nice.
like, awesome. That's really cool.
Thought I saw a
what?
cat.
Oh.
That's one of the things with my vision now is I'm there's all these little things that I'm starting to realize now that my eye will catch something and doesn't quite focus on it, so I see it wrong. And I assume something's there that isn't. I've been having that for months. I've been telling her, I don't know, I'm seeing things. I started thinking her house was haunted, although there have been a few things the last couple of weeks that make us think the house might be a little haunted. So weird little things that happen. I woke up from a horrible nightmare the other night, and then the lights in the yard started coming on, and there was nothing out
flickering.
there. And I was like, okay, so all the motion detecting lights in the yard are going off, and there's nothing out there. So I'm just going to get up because I already had a horrible nightmare, and now I'm pretty sure there's some kind of ghost or specter in the yard.
Do you need treats? Hold on. You want to say hi?
There's somebody running around my feet. Look at this little cutie. She's like, I'm not taking him while I'm being held.
You want a cookie?
Isn't she adorable?
She's
Look at
my
this little
sweetheart.
sweetie.
She's in here every day, aren't you? You're in here every day with Dad to
Why
keep
are
him
you
company.
holding me? I wanted treats, not held.
I generally don't hold her.
I know. Like, I don't want held. I want treats.
She likes her little pets, and then there's her treat. There you
Does the
go.
War of 1812 have anything to do with American Thanksgiving, or was American Thanksgiving due to Shannon trying to speak French?
My French is impeccable.
Are you that
Sacre
old?
bleu. My eyes are that old. That's why I'm having problems.
That's it. There you go.
I got the eyes of a 1700s prospector. And I have a beard like one, too, if I grow it out. So I will be like, why aren't you growing a mustache or a beard? Because I look 80. So, no.
She knows she's a cute bun.
She's a sweet rabbit.
Shannon doesn't watch other hockey content. He watches enough hockey as it is.
Yeah. The only one that I watch is Donnie and Dolly. And that in part is because Don Taylor was somebody I watched all the time on Sports Page. I respect his opinion. I don't always agree with it, but I respect his opinion. And Don Taylor is somebody that I know if I sat down at a pub and we were talking hockey, we'd go for like 6 hours. Yvonne would just eventually be like, I'm just going to take the van and go. Okay? I'm just going to go and you can get yourself home.
If the Jets get a Heritage Classic game, who should they play? I know there has never been an American team, but I would like Minnesota. That would be awesome.
Would.
I really like when the Jets play Minnesota. That is one of the most fun games to watch.
For a Heritage Classic, I'd love to see a Jets game against the Canucks and see the Canucks do a really fun mixed throwback. Maybe do like the stick and rink, but do it in the skate colors. Maybe do a flying V. And do it in green.
I've seen the stick and rink in the skate colors before.
Well, it's been used as a shoulder pad.
Yeah, yes.
But I think that would work. I think that'd be great. And then the Jets could do a throwback to one of their old WHA designs. They've got a bunch of WHA designs that they've never worn in the NHL. So I think that could work.
I'm a Sabres fan, and at this point, I don't know what to make of my team. One day they're beating elite teams. The next game, they suck again.
They are the water boy of NHL teams. It's tough. And I really want them to make it. I really want them to stop falling back. There's a good team there, but is it a playoff team? No. And it's frustrating because how do you rebuild when you haven't been in the playoffs for 15 years?
He really doesn't listen to hockey podcasts. He watches hockey all the time, and then he would have to worry about other people's opinions intruding into his opinions. And
the podcasts I listen to,
he was doing the same things.
There's one that's kind of political that I listen to here and there because I don't like to watch the news. There is the Jim Cornette podcast. I love listening to Jim Cornette. And then Wrestle Me is basically a podcast as well. But what I watch on YouTube of it is just snippets from their podcast. Podcasts are like 2 hours, and I generally don't listen to a whole 2 hours of a podcast.
Have you ever seen the hockey guy imitators that are out there? Guys with whiteboards that are outright ripping you off.
Yep.
Yes.
They can do what they want.
We do see them. We get people that tell us about them. We get tagged in their stuff. We see
But
it.
you're limiting
Sometimes
yourself.
they message us.
Like, you're limiting yourself if
Yes.
you're copying somebody else's style or their channel or anything. And that was really important. Like, the channels that influenced mine back in 2014, 2015, when I started up with the videos and stuff. There was Nana Lou. Tobuscus was one that my kids watched a lot. And I remember watching a couple Tobuscus videos and being like, I can do that sarcastic humor he's doing. And I remember my daughter at the time being like, "Oh, Dad, don't, you'll just embarrass me." And I remember thinking, really? You think I'd embarrass you if I had a YouTube channel? I remember that. So here I am. But yeah, so the channels that influenced me, I didn't copy them. I didn't do it like Red Letter Media. I loved Red Letter Media. They had the long form videos. I love that too. But I did one take, which Red Letter Media doesn't do. They do snippets here and there. A lot of it is a continuous take, but they still have little edits in there as well. And yeah, so I watched Emma Blackery videos too. So I was very much mid 2010s learning from these channels and used little bits and pieces from various channels so that mine would be different.
We've had some of the channels that do it exactly like Shannon reach out to us and have emailed us. The ones that use the whiteboard, many of them do the jerseys right behind them as well. And they've reached out to us and just, you're a big inspiration. And we usually respond in a manner of, that's really cool, but make sure that your channel is you. Make sure that you are doing your own thing. Because if your whole channel is imitating somebody else, then there's no reason for people to watch you. You aren't bringing anything new to the table. So why would somebody not watch the original? If you want your channel to be successful, it has to be your channel, not trying to leech off of somebody else's success.
Yeah.
That it, like, you can't progress very far just imitating somebody else.
Like, I used to watch, one of the reasons I gravitated to Red Letter Media is because I used to have B-movie festivals with my friends in high school. So we would rent 3 really bad movies from the video store, pick somebody's house, go to that house, and we'd have a sleepover where we just stayed up that night and watched the worst movies. We talked over them. We laughed all the way through them. So that's why I love Red Letter Media. But I didn't do a channel like that because I went, oh, crap, they did what I used to do. I can't do that. So I didn't get like a couple of my friends and start doing that on our own because somebody already had that on YouTube. Otherwise, that's probably what I would have done. So I wouldn't have been the hockey guy and things would have been quite different. But I realized they have that market. I can't do that. And so I pivoted to something that was more of me. Anyways.
Are you going to the Ghost concert at Rogers on Valentine's?
Yeah.
We are, and the kids are so excited.
Yeah, we're taking the fam, and it's going to be awesome.
Excited.
Ghost is fantastic live. So if my eyes aren't fixed by then, I might just ask Tobias if he can do it.
It doesn't matter.
I might just ask Tobias if he can fix them.
My eyes are crappy, and I do fine at concerts.
Yeah, but yours can be fixed by your glasses. Mostly.
Yeah, as noted by how big I have to have the words.
I know.
My vision is still crap with my glasses, so I don't know what you are talking about.
I believe in you. I'm giving you confidence.
I don't care if you believe in me.
You should.
Do you think the Rangers skaters, but not the goalies, could be sandbagging, even if just subconsciously because they resent management and or ownership?
The New York Rangers are having the same problem the Canucks did. When JT Miller wants to play and he's dialed in, he's fantastic. I've seen some things in the games they lose, and I go, oh, that's Miller. And if he has a rough game, he can drag a lot of players down with him. He's not going to produce as many points with the Rangers as he did with Vancouver. There's definitely some issues there with the Rangers, and I That's why I was so surprised Trocheck wasn't named the captain. I felt like Trocheck was the right guy for captain, and I still believe that.
I was 11 the last time they made the playoffs, so for most of my life, they've sucked. They were once a feared and respected franchise despite no cups. I have no idea who that is.
They were.
I don't know what team they're referring to.
That'd be the Sabres.
All right.
Because the Sabres are the only team that have been missing for more than half of somebody's life if it comes to playoffs. Yeah, the Sabres have been it's been tough. At least they have those beautiful goat head jerseys, though. So, I mean, those black jerseys are fantastic.
Is Ghost an opera? Definitely not.
Nah, they're gothic metal. And they've got enough.
Metal. It's not really.
It's like
very.
It's hair metal without the hair metal voice. There's definitely some hair metal to it.
Definitely more like pop rock, goth pop.
They
rock.
kind of remind me of
goth pop rock.
Man, I want to say
It's
rainbow.
not metal.
I want to say rainbow, but they're not really. But they're different. My favorite song of theirs is Rats. Rats is just such a fantastic song. The video kicks ass too.
I keep getting called. So
okay, she's going to see who the call's from. Once the bitterness from the expansion process fades, I feel like the Golden Eyes could eventually be my second favorite PWHL team. Not there yet. That impressive debut against Seattle was nice. I did watch some of that game. It is nice to see the Pacific Coliseum being used once again and being full. So I'm a big fan of that. Message retracted. That's a shame. Do I do fantasy hockey at all? I've never really been into fantasy hockey. The only fantasy I ever did was football. I used to like doing fantasy football. But fantasy hockey I've never really bothered with too much. Part of the reason we still have the preview, the multi-day previews, is because I know there's a lot of people that do fantasy. But I've just never been enthralled with it. I want to just watch hockey. So all the gambling stuff, all the stuff that can make you upset. So like, yeah, my team won, but that jerk, I had him and he didn't get a point tonight. Like, I don't want to be worried about that. So fantasy is not all that appealing to me. Anyone else excited for the Avs Stars 2026 Stanley Cup? That's if they meet in the second round this year, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. If it's Dallas and Colorado for a third straight year, that's going to be insane. My finals was Carolina and Vegas. At this point, Vegas doesn't look like a good cup pick. I'm okay with that. It's still early in the season, but it would be very difficult for anybody to stop the Avs. I do think Dallas could, but it's tough to beat a team 3 years in a row. For as popular as you are now, would you go on Theo Vaughn's podcast if asked? I don't really go on podcasts very much. The one exception, like I did Brody Brazil there last week, Ted Ramey before that as well. Both really good guys. I have good relationships with people in California, with both Anaheim and San Jose, and a little bit with the LA Kings as well. I think the reasoning is when the channel started out, those were my 3 least favorite teams. So the overtures have worked. They've worked. So I don't really go on podcasts because my opinion in the beginning was simple. If I'm going to do one, I have to do all of them. I can't just start picking and choosing. So while it looks like that's what I'm doing there, those are, 2 guys that have talked to me and reached out to me, and we do email back and forth here and there. So it's a little bit different. And yeah, I generally don't do the whole podcast thing. Do I have a Buffalo Bisons AHL jersey? No, I do not. Do not have a Buffalo Bisons. Was that important?
Yes. It was Malachi's curling coach.
So he did have it tonight.
He did. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi said he didn't have it because they have a tournament. Yet today they were doing the practice for the tournament so they could set up the teams.
So he's just been randomly assigned to a team then?
He told me, and he goes, no, in fact, he was the only one that did not show up today. I'm like, cool. Anyways.
Oh, all right. So because it was just practice, he didn't see the deal and going, so he just told you there wasn't any.
I don't know, or maybe he misunderstood it. I have no idea. I
There
don't
are
know.
times where I think he feigns ignorance.
Apparently, they sent home a paper. I'm like, I certainly didn't see a paper.
Probably in
Mm,
his room somewhere.
probably
Yeah.
in a pocket or something.
Big Canucks fan from Hawaii. Awesome.
Hello. To
Someday
Hawaii.
we want to go to Hawaii. That is absolutely on the bucket list.
Yeah, family life. Yeah. He's in Special Olympics curling. He was in Special Olympics hockey for several years. He was
Yep.
in hockey for
He decided not to do
5
that this year.
years because they changed it to ball hockey.
I love ball hockey.
And
He doesn't.
He does not because there's a lot more running.
Yeah.
He did not they changed.
He doesn't. He does not
mid-year
participate in
last
meetups.
year
He comes with us to the
to
meetups
ball
and he walks
hockey.
off into the forest. He does not do ball hockey.
And so he does curling instead this
Yeah.
year, and he does really like curling. When I'm watching TNT and ESPN broadcast, I'm so glad they didn't get Pierre McGuire, one of the worst things of NHL on NBC.
I think Pierre McGuire his unpopularity was there. And it's the interesting thing with Pierre McGuire is he's not
Oh my gosh.
same. He's not bad in his opinions. His opinions are not like awful opinions, but it's off-putting. There's something off-putting with Pierre McGuire. So and I say that as somebody that I know people can find me off-putting. So and that's fair. But yeah, when he was gone off NHL broadcasts, I honestly I did enjoy them a little bit more. I didn't like how he'd talk over people, is what I didn't like so much. And some of the opinions here, I was like, all right, just calm down a little bit. What do I think about the NHL changing point system? 3 for win, 2 for overtime, and 1 for a shootout win. I think that would help separate out the standings, but the NHL has no interest in that I've seen. We'll know better if the NHL is considering it if we see the AHL go to 3-2-1, and we haven't seen that yet. What now?
No, we're good. We're good now.
Was he assigned to a team?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Could Hart be the Vegas starter if Hill stays out? He would be the Vegas starter if he can get back to being how he was in his better days in Philadelphia. But he hasn't played for a while, so we have no idea how he's necessarily going to do. Schmid's been good, but if Hart's playing as well as he did in Philadelphia a couple of years before he was out of Philadelphia, he's the starter.
Would love to see the shootout gone in the regular season.
I hate shootouts. I have detested the shootout from day one.
I'd be good with going back to a tie.
I don't mind ties. I know that's old fashioned, but I never was somebody that hated ties. I used to be happy. I was like, oh, cool. Boston and Vancouver tied 3-3. Awesome. Like, I remember there was one time there was a matinee game while I was this was when I was back at the Duck Farm, way back, like late 90s. And there was a tie between Boston and Vancouver. I was so happy the whole day. They're like, but nobody won. And I'm like, but neither team lost. Neither of them lost. This is a good thing.
What about switching to win record like the NBA or NFL?
When I used to write my own hockey and I created my own league, that's how I did it. And when it was just 2 columns of wins and losses, like I just wanted to start drooling. I was like, this looks so much cleaner. Just you get up 2 points or you get none. That's it. But because it was fictional and because none of these players were real, I could have double, triple overtime during the regular season because I didn't have to worry about it. And in the real NHL, they don't work that way.
Do you think the Bruins' success is sustainable? They've been a pleasant surprise so far.
They're working hard. The tricky part's going to be as the season rolls on and their bodies break down. That's where the question is going to come out. So I'll be really curious to see if after the Olympic break, if they're able to really coast through this and make it into the playoffs. And they'd be very unpredictable in the playoffs because they don't have that star power beyond Pastrnak.
Unless something changed, you can get ties in the NFL. They're just very rare.
You can. It has to be a 15-minute overtime, though, and they try to discourage ties as much as possible. Football fans don't like ties. I don't think the players do. It messes with the standings. So, yeah, they don't like ties.
Hate the loser point more than I hate shootout. You either win or you lose.
I have often said, and this goes back to the channel start, I do not like that 2 losses in overtime get you the same amount of points as a win in regulation. I just feel like that's wrong.
What do you think of switching shootout to continuous overtime?
Players will never go for it. The closest we're going to get is if players allow for a 7-minute overtime. The NHL can't go to 10. Schedules, flights, everything get backed up as it is. They don't want to go to a 10-minute overtime. 7's the most. But if they ever go to the idea that once you've got the puck past the center ice, you can't back pass it into your own zone. So like the forward and back rule in basketball, I think that could really help to cut up the monotony of the overtime. Overtimes can get monotonous now. And right off the opening faceoff, like, okay, they're circling behind their own net again. This is just going to go. And I never understood it. It's like, are you not playing to win? You guys are playing to get to a shootout. Why aren't you playing to win the game? So I think they need to change the overtime format so teams are trying to win the game again rather than just get to a shootout.
Idaho is glad to see Miss Potatoes back and strong.
We got like 20 pounds of free potatoes from Idaho. And they called them potatoes for hope, or hope potatoes. And the whole potatoes.
You're such a dork.
You know what? You're my whole potato. It's my whole
Too bad
potato
my
right
mom's
here.
not still on here. She would be laughing so hard. Oh, you're such a dork.
Whole potato. You have to watch
No,
how you say it though, or else it becomes whole potato, and then that's totally
You're
different.
A whole potato.
It has to be hope potato, but you have to put it together, else it sounds stupid. So it's a whole potato.
You're a whole potato. Is San Diego a realistic expansion possibility with Stan?
Cranky.
Okay, Midway Rising Arena project.
I don't know that they'd put a 4th team in California. I think it could work. I would be a big fan of a San Diego team. I have cheered for any team that's played out of San Diego. I would be a big fan of a San Diego team. I don't know that it happens.
Potato. Pretty easy fix. 3 points for a regulation win.
Yep. And I don't think the NHL ever goes to it. I wish they would. I want to see teams trying to win. It makes me mad. And then I'll see people saying, well, they're trying to get points by not winning. They need that motivation to win. I don't like seeing teams just, we got to try not to make a mistake. I don't want them to make mistakes, but I want them to take a chance.
Do you think the city of Vancouver will ever host an outdoor viewing party for the Canucks again after 2011?
Nope. That'll never happen. That'll never happen in the city of Vancouver.
Which is too bad.
The riots in both 94 and 2011, no, won't happen.
Has there ever been a case of a team risking not getting a point and pulling their goalie in overtime and winning?
I don't remember a team winning, but I do remember teams pulling the goaltender in overtime and losing that point. There was one time the Canucks did it, and I yelled at the TV because they'd already been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and I could not figure out what the hell they were doing. I was like, wait, why did they pull the goalie? You can't make the playoffs. All you're doing is making sure you get no points. This is stupid. So they got no points, and I felt dumber for having watched the game.
Somebody says, didn't Montreal do it last year?
I don't remember them scoring in overtime with the goalie pulled. I'm not saying it didn't happen. There's 1,312 games a year. Some of the stuff's going to slide right out of my brain. It's possible that's one of those things that slid out of my brain. I remember there was one year Montreal. This was before I watched hockey. That the standings were decided by goals for. I think they pulled the goaltender when there was like 8 minutes left in the game, and they allowed a whole bushel full of goals because they had to get a certain amount of goals.
Oh, a few people are saying the Wild did it last year or a few years ago.
I remember the Wild doing that.
Yeah, a season ago.
I remember the Wild doing that because we talked about that because that's one of your teams.
I don't remember.
I remember that. Yeah, that one I remember. I don't remember Montreal. I do remember Minnesota doing it.
The Wild did it twice. Won the first time, lost the second time.
So it evens out.
Are you diabetic?
No. Should I be? I don't eat very much sugar. I'm more of a salt person than a sugar person.
Any concerts planned next year?
Yes.
Live. Gonna go
We've
see
got a
live
few.
because
I have more.
Econoline Crush is opening for them in Big Wreck. So
that'll be really
that's going to
fun.
be a really fun concert. We have Ghost. I don't have any other concerts other than that.
I have Offspring in
Yep.
January. I love the Offspring, so that'll be my third time, and I'm taking my kiddos. That'll be their, well, two of the kiddos. That'll be their first time, and then I'm also going out in April. We're going to Victoria to see 3 Days Grace and Finger 11.
I'm not able to see 3 Days Grace this time. I'm sad.
I know, yeah, that's during
It's
playoffs.
playoffs.
But taking the kiddos, and that's on a weekend, so we'll just go to the
If
island
anybody
for the
from 3
weekend.
Days Grace is watching this, I'm not impressed. You guys should come to our house and free concert. Just saying. If I can't see you guys, I've gone out to see you guys 3 times in concert. It would have been 4. Then I would have been like, I'm 4 Days Grace, baby. But no, she can be 4 Days Grace. I'm still
You
stuck
all
at
are
3.
such product of the 90s. Definitely.
Early 2000s.
Shannon's older, so our music, there's definitely there's a crossover, but we have different tastes because of the little bit of age difference.
Love is like a bomb, baby. Come and get it on.
I know.
I
There's
do.
a huge difference right there. I do not like hair metal at all in any way. I know. Him on the other hand.
Yeah.
And
Every time round and
Offspring is
round.
also a really good example. I really like Offspring.
There's some
I have
hair metal I
always
still sing along
really
to.
liked Offspring. Shannon, not so much.
No. I
Offspring's
never
fantastic.
liked Good Charlotte. I was about, if I hear all the small things that I'm not a Blink 182 fan either.
I did like them in the beginning, but then it got really old.
It got old for me the first time I heard them.
But for my age, I graduated in 99.
What's your age again?
So that was right when, I was a teenager during all of that and the new metal and everything like that. So
like I still remember every word to Pour Some Sugar on Me. I still when we're at hockey games and like autographs turn up, the radio came on before a game. I sang the whole way through. And she's like, I don't know this song at all. And I was just so stoked that they played that song. Love that song.
Yeah, no. Hey, Shannon, longtime fan. Love the content. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Thoughts on Dylan Cease signing?
I do not have an opinion at this point in time. So I wish I could offer more, but I do not have an opinion at this point in time on the signing.
Can't stand Blink 182. The Avs playing it has always annoyed me. Def Leppard was here in Russia not long ago. It was great.
I'm not a big fan now. Like I've heard some of their live performances over the last decade. I don't know that I'd pay to go see them live now. There's some bands that as they get older, I'm like, I can't. And for me, Def Leppard back in 1987 when it was in the round, frick yeah, that would have been absolutely just amazing. But I never had money to go to a concert.
Nah,
no way.
I love that most of the bands that I listen to, either like when I was in my late teens, early 20s, most of them are still making music, still going on tour. So my kids are getting to go to the concerts for all the bands that I have always liked. And so my kids like the same music that I do. But I've had to tell Gabriel, my 18-year-old is loving going to concerts. But I've had to tell him that it's too bad because he's listening to all these bands that all the musicians are like in their 50s. So he won't be able to keep listening to them.
You were getting a real chuckle watching that one guitarist for Finger 11 last night because he was flinging his guitar. Sometimes he couldn't catch it.
Opening band, first song, and he's
flinging his guitar over his shoulder, Pete Townsend style, but not always catching it. And I couldn't figure out, is he just having a goof? Because there were parts of the song he wasn't playing. So since he didn't have a part, he just starts flinging it while he was shaking his beard around. I was like, what in the world? What am I watching? He had like a Serge Tarkanian.
He was getting all tangled up in his cord.
From System of a Down.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, lead singer System of a Down. He had that kind of beard, and yeah. He was just
It
having
was
fun
really
up there.
funny. It was funny.
I don't know how sober he was, but he was having a good time.
That was my first thought. That it is really early in this concert to be going that wild. But
Finger 11 was good. I would definitely recommend
they were still
them.
fun.
They were
And I
they
get
were
to see
fun.
him again in April.
Yeah.
Do you have any prediction on WWE Survivor Series this weekend? Do you think Seth Rollins will get, I don't know, BCM?
I
I
think
don't know.
there's something brewing between Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar puts his hat on Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker couldn't get that hat off fast enough to get it to Paul Heyman. I don't think he likes Brock being in the Vision or being around the Vision. I think that's going to be a WrestleMania match between Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. And I think that would be fantastic if they go that way. I think Jay Uso turns heel. Ultimately, I think the faces win, and I think they might do so with interference from Seth Rollins.
My dad's favorite concert was when he saw the Kiss reunion tour in '96.
I've never had a desire to go and see Kiss, and Yvonne
No.
would not have a desire to go and see Kiss.
No.
There are various Kiss songs I still like. When I get the song list going again on the Entertainment Guy, I will definitely have Kiss songs on that list. If she did a list of 1,450 songs like I did,
There is no way.
Kiss
I
would not be in her top 1,450 songs.
I would never do a list like that. No.
Who would have thought my eyes would give out before I finished that list, huh?
I'm mad that Shannon has worn 2 Colorado themed jerseys today. He hasn't. He has not worn 2. It's okay. He's worn 4.
It's 4. I
And
keep reading about
comments,
how much I hate
and
Colorado.
Shannon's petty.
So I'm like, all right, I hate Colorado so much. It's Colorado Day. I told her that today, and I was like, it's Colorado Day, and it's been Colorado Day.
Do you think Vladar can keep up his current play?
Yes. Dan Vladar is a good goaltender. He was good for Calgary last year. I was kind of surprised they didn't find a way to keep him, because Vladar and Wolf was a good tandem.
Happy Colorado Day. Wait. Shannon admits he hates teams. Yeah, that's it. Totally.
That's why this is so
That's
itchy.
why he has all these jerseys for all these teams, because he hates them.
I consider Colorado to be scary. Colorado terrifies me. And as a Dallas fan, there's 25 plus years of history between the two organizations. So I consider it to be a rivalry more than like hatred. So yeah, it's a rivalry, but it's a fun rivalry, and they scare me. I don't understand why they're not a dynasty.
I may have been bummed that they kept us from a 3-peat, but Colorado is just too impressive. How can you not respect it?
Oh, I respect them. I do. I always have. And the funny thing is, people think that I'm hard on the teams that I root for. I'm hard on teams that I think are better than what they're playing. And Colorado, at certain points this season, I didn't feel like they were as dialed in as they've been during this 10-game winning streak. There were some letdowns they had, especially in extra time, and they've overcome that now. So that's why I was harder on them in the power rankings earlier in the season.
Frank Cervelli thinks the Flyers' rebuild has gone wrong because they haven't got the number of 2 picks. Number 2 picks. I don't know.
The Flyers don't really need any kind of rebuild now. You've got Michkov, you've got Zegras, you've got Drysdale, you've got a lot of good young players in Philadelphia. You've got Luchenko coming up. I think there's a lot of potential with Philadelphia. Brink can still get better. Forrester's a really good player. You don't need top draft picks necessarily if you draft well throughout. And they're pretty smart. Andre, I've been sold on Andre for years. I really think he's a good defenseman. I think York's a really good defenseman. Philadelphia's got some good players there.
Why wasn't Joey Decord in the goalie ranking? He deserved to be there.
Because his advanced stats weren't on the same level as the other players. His stats just weren't there. I take opinion out of it. When I do the player power rankings, I take opinion out of as much as possible. And I use the analytics, because the analytics tell me more about who's playing better. And the analytics said Spencer Knight's been fantastic for Chicago, which I can't argue with that. Decord's been good. Grubauer's been better than he has been in previous seasons, and they're not costing Seattle games, but they didn't rank in the top 16.
What are your thoughts on Detroit? Feel like I've watched the same movie 3 years straight.
It does feel very familiar. They're close, and it's frustrating when a team is close and can't quite get over the hump. And they're close this year. Hopefully, this is the year they get in the playoffs.
Do you think when Seth comes back as a face when Seth comes back, he comes back as a face because, in my opinion, he is a better heel.
He's a better heel, but the crowd will always cheer him. So, crowd's always going to cheer him. It is what it is.
Detroit will make the playoffs over my dead body.
I feel like the Star season's getting overshadowed by the Avs going on a tear and bonus points for those beautiful jerseys. Yep. Dallas is playing really well. No argument. But they're in the same division as Colorado, so they will not get the same amount of attention.
Allmark didn't deserve to be on the list. Not at all. However, you think there's a good chance he'll be on the next one?
If he keeps playing like he is, yes. He's getting it together after a pretty rough start to the season. So he very well likely may be on the next one. It'll be every other week that I'll be doing the player power rankings. And of course, the other weeks in between, that's where the panic index goes.
Do the Leafs get the number 1 overall pick?
The Leafs could use the number 1 overall pick. The Leafs could absolutely benefit from getting a McKenna. Although, as I mentioned in the video where I talked about the number 1 pick, Verhoff makes more sense. He's a big defenseman. He projects to be a true number 1 defenseman, which Toronto hasn't had in a long time. I like Morgan Riley. He is not a top 10 number 1 defenseman. I think he's better suited to being the number 2 defenseman. And so if they did get that number 1 pick, I think you go with the defenseman.
Finish the favorite players on team video series, please.
At some point, I will get that done. I still have lists of players in my book right here, which I have not done yet. During the regular season, those videos can kind of clutter things up a little bit. I don't like to do the playlist during the season so much. During the Olympics, I can absolutely get that list finished. My favorite, though, is when people tell me, how dare your list of favorite players not include this guy? Your list is invalid.
I know, you're wrong. You don't know anything.
Your favorite players
Clearly,
don't include
you're
this
an
guy,
idiot.
so you don't know hockey. What? How can I not know hockey if a person's not my favorite player? That's so weird. You know, my favorite players are always the weird ones, the ones that are maybe more obscure.
It's true.
I'm always rooting for the guys that are kind of right in between. It's weird. Yeah, there's a lot of Canuck players that have been down here in Abbotsford that I'm really rooting for to, break through and make it. Like Phil DiGiuseppe. I love Phil DiGiuseppe. I still do. But he hasn't had great success in the NHL. But if I had a favorite player list, he's on it.
Will you break out the Christmas board for the power rankings soon? We didn't use that one last year. People got really mad 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They got really mad 2 years ago. And so
yeah.
Shannon didn't use it last year either because people got so mad 2 years ago.
Yep.
How dare he use a different board?
Yep. People will downvote it. It'll get less views.
People are so lame.
So it costs me money to do it differently.
All the fun.
And it was. There are certain times that I've been like, I want to do something fun and different. And then the internet goes, we don't really like fun and different. We like it the same.
I spent so much time making that.
You did. You did. Maybe we'll use it for something, not necessarily power rankings.
I thought it was
We can use it for something fun. And then I have all those keychains that I really liked and I was glad I got. And then people are like, no, hate it. Downvote, hate it.
Yeah, people don't like seeing other people have fun. I know. People don't like something different either. It's not Thanksgiving here. We're in Canada. Nope. We had our Thanksgiving a month and a half ago, but you can have a very happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yep.
It's not Thanksgiving here, though. Here, it's just Thursday. I don't get
That's what I said in the news video. I said happy Thanksgiving in the U.S. and in Canada. Happy Thursday. Yeah.
do 2 videos, same power ranking.
Oh, that'd go so well. YouTube frowns on making the same video twice. I'll say that first off. And if I remember correctly, after we had the whole Christmas tree thing done, I then went to a whiteboard that showed here's where everybody was. If you had a hard time seeing the street, didn't matter. People were still like, I don't hate it. This is stupid. This is so. Yeah. It's just you do something different and you run that risk. So probably be the puck board. Maybe we can put some garland on the puck board.
I like when you put fun magnets on the board. The Jacksonville Jaguars magnet was so funny.
Because Bortles.
That's my football knowledge right there.
Yep. Good place.
That's it.
Good place. I was thinking Jason Mendoza with the Molotov cocktail throwing it at the train. What are you doing? Every time I'm in trouble, I just throw a Molotov cocktail and then the problem changes. Then I have a new problem.
I hope you guys are having a great day. I've never caught one of your lives before. Well, welcome. Love
Glad
your
you're here.
takes. Is this
Thank
the
you.
best the Avs team? Is this the best the
Best Avs team?
best Avs
Team better than
2022?
For the regular season, yes. It'll be interesting to see how it works in the playoffs. But having Landeskog playing every game, things look good.
Were we born in the same town? No,
she was born in a potato town.
I was not.
I was born in a small Ontario town that didn't have a hospital, so
We were not born anywhere.
my parents
near
had
each
to
other.
drive. My parents had to drive 45 minutes to get to the airport. Get to the hospital.
Wow, were you really up north or something?
No.
Man.
No, not too far from Ottawa though. So
What the heck? Put them and their wrong opinions in the box for 5. There you go. Yvonne was born in rural Idaho. No.
in a field, I think.
I
Wasn't it in a field?
definitely was not. No.
There was cattle.
No.
I think there was.
Shannon doing his weird Idaho things. I know I've mentioned it before. My mom is frequently on these live streams. She was for a tiny bit at the beginning and then she disappeared. But she one time after one of these live streams and the weird things Shannon was saying, she called me. I was like, what is he talking about? It's just, I don't know.
It's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah. And so now she finds it fun. Now that she understands he's just being a dork, she finds it
That's
funny.
generally the rule.
So,
That's generally the rule from day to day.
yeah. Hey,
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just picking up a pen.
That is not how you pick up a pen.
I picked it up with my hands. What am I supposed to pick it up with?
Rural Idaho. Is there any other kind of Idaho?
I mean, there's Coeur d'Alene and there's Boise and then nothing. There's a lot of
dirt,
yeah.
rocks. There's some pine trees.
Yeah.
Any concert that left you underwhelmed?
The Cult.
Oh, yeah. Cult.
Stone Sour.
Yes. Breaking Benjamin.
The
The first
4
Marilyn
a.m.
Manson.
6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m. That was terrible.
We laughed pretty hard. That was
but I
when
knew they were
that was our first date, and that was when we started
because I was
bonding a little
giggling.
bit. Because we both noticed the same things at the same time.
It's not my kind of music though.
Because there was a dance / singer in the background, and she kept flipping her hair, and we started noticing she was flipping her hair all the time, and we'd time it.
Yes.
And it was really distracting
because
she'd flip her hair, pull down
the mini skirt.
pull down, flip. Yeah, it was constant. It was so funny.
Well, my family is from here. I've grown up in this area my whole life. 4th generation family was from Burnaby. So no, I'm from the area.
I've lived in the Fraser Valley since I was a little kid. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a bit when I was little, but we lived in Petawawa, we lived in Gander, we lived in Regina, and then Mom and I came out here and Dad got out of the military after being in Alert, which is up in Greenland, right near the North Pole. And then he got out and he moved out here with us.
Too many concerts are ruined by bad acoustics. Oh my gosh.
Breaking
yes.
Benjamin.
And it's so disappointing. And Stone Sour.
Well, Stone
yes.
Sour, there were issues
Their balance
with that
was
concert.
definitely off.
And it was too bad
It was
because
so
Hailstorm
hard
had just
to
killed it.
tell what songs
Dead Deads
are.
were great.
Yeah.
Hailstorm was great. And then
Stone Sour, not so much.
and when you're following up Lizzie Hale, you've got to knock it out of the park because Lizzie Hale
It's true.
doesn't mess around. She is a fantastic singer.
No question. Just love your content. Hope y'all are happy and healthy. Happy, real Thanksgiving. Please don't hit me, Canadians.
I don't remember who had it first, Canada or the U.S. I
I
think
think
we
we-
won October in the War of 1812.
Eh,
I think we won. Yeah, I think that's how that works.
I don't know, but our Thanksgivings are different. So,
And I am
other than
healthy.
the food,
Like the vision thing
Food's
is
similar.
the vision thing's what the vision thing is, but I still consider myself to be healthy. And I'm starting to get my teeth to where I'd like them to be. So eventually I'll have a nice white smile like Roman Reigns. That's my goal. I want to have somebody said they don't want me to get the Trivago smile, like the Trivago guy, you know, the old guy in that commercial, his teeth are unnaturally white.
yeah, that is weird.
I don't know. I think that'd be funny if I had that. I think that'd be okay.
No,
I think if my wife rolls over in the middle of the night and my eyes are
It's
my teeth are glowing
nah.
and she's all creepy, hi. And yeah, I think that'd be kind of funny. I might even get a black light in our room.
Let's not.
No, we probably should. We have cats. I
Are
don't
you-
think I want a black light.
Are you
in our
happy
room.
to see a Vancouver PWHL team? Yes.
And
very
I
much.
love that logo.
Very
I
much.
cannot wait for next year when they have like a proper jersey with the logo on the front. That's going to look absolutely amazing. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not ordering the placeholder word mark jersey.
Canadian Thanksgiving Commonwealth is older. Yeah. All right.
I
There
was
you go.
pretty sure on that. Ours is geared towards the harvest. It feels like the
Yes.
American one is different.
It's more like history, pretend
It's-
history.
Well, it's more.
Pretend history.
I don't know. Like there's more of a raw thing to it. There's more of
That's just how
national.
Americans are, though. That's
you know?
I think all American aren't they? Aren't all American holidays all woo America? Right?
And Canada's more
At
of
least
just
that's how
you want to
we
go
see
for a
it.
beer? Sure, we can go for a beer, and that's
Cool food.
That's
all right.
Canada. That's right there.
Shannon, where's your November stash?
I can't grow a good mustache. I used to be able to grow a decent goatee, but now the hair in my beard's so gray. Unless I'm going to use that just for men, and I'm not going to, I'm not growing a goatee because when I see men my age and older on TV that clearly dye their hair, it's distracting to me because I'm like, what are you doing there? Are you trying to fool people that your hair is black when you're in your 60s? Your hair is
That's
black.
weird. It looks weird.
It's not black. That's not natural. And their whole face is all gray and it's all, scrunched up and all wrinkled, and they've got jet black hair. And it's like, what are you doing? And 9 times out of 10, it's like a televangelist. It's like, doesn't God tell you not to do that? Because like that seems weird. It's just, have some pride in how you really look. Just admit it.
Hey THG, love the vids. How indecisive were you on who to cheer for while watching the 2011 Cup final?
Oh, I wasn't indecisive at all. I was Canucks all the way. When the Canucks won those first 2 games, I actually added the words of they could do this. And then I watched game 3 and I went, oh, maybe they can't. I've never been angrier in my entire life than game 6. Game 6, where Vancouver lost in Boston and got destroyed, I knew for damn sure they weren't winning game 7. I was so angry. The whole family was trying to calm me down in 2011. I was like, nope, that's it. They blew it. They had a chance to win the Stanley Cup and they blew it. And so in game 7, when they lost 4-0, I went, yep, there you go. And so I was happy for the Bruins, but I was so mad at the Canucks. I was so mad that they couldn't show up for a single game in Boston.
How's the weather here? Wet?
Rain.
It's November.
It's rain.
It starts raining in early to mid-October, and it will rain at least through the end of January, and then it gets really, really cold. I mean, not compared to the rest of Canada, but cold for here.
I used to have,
and then it gets rainy again in like May.
I used to have a T-shirt that said, "In Chilliwack, we don't tan, we rust," from the rain. So, yeah, that was when I was a kid.
It's wet time of year.
Yep.
Where you have to be careful where you walk because the ground's just like a big old sponge and
But
squish.
I'd rather be in rain than cold prairies.
It's true.
That doesn't appeal to me at all. And then in the prairies, when it gets nice, the bugs are the size of your head. So that's not
They're
fun either.
huge. Oh, those
So-
black flies. Black flies are the worst. We don't have them here. It's great.
I remember the fire ants when I was a kid.
Oh, man.
And I remember learning pretty quickly, you don't play with the red ants. You can play with the black
Oh,
ones.
no.
You don't play with the red ones. They don't
No,
play.
They bite.
That hurts. So
Mm-mm.
that's what stopped me playing with ants. One attached itself right to my neck.
Eh,
And so my mom pulls off like two of the sections of it. And even though it was dead, then it still stayed stuck on my throat.
could Victoria be an NHL team, or what other cities are in BC?
No,
It
there's
wouldn't
not
work in
enough
Victoria.
population.
And
The
you'd
only-
have to take a ferry.
Yeah, and the only one they could even think about
No.
at some point if it got big enough might be Kelowna, but even Kelowna, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work.
No. No.
Kelowna could work for an AHL team, but not for an NHL team.
No. We've got a lot of towns in BC, but not a lot of big
Right. And a lot of them are
cities.
isolated.
Yes. Once, like, after Abbotsford, then you get to small towns, mountains, and then you're in the interior. And so there's not enough population
Right.
in a concentrated area. And same
Yep.
with north, of course not. Anything further north, you're getting more spread out, and then it's harder for people to drive anywhere. So
All right. We're up around 2 hours. So I think we'll cut this here, but we will do another live stream. So, fan of John Forsland as a broadcaster, I will say yes. John Forsland does a good job. But yeah, so we're gonna go for now. I'll do the standings video. I might find a Colorado jersey for that, and so I'll do the video on the Thanksgiving Day standings and where everybody stands and all that, and my opinion on which 5 teams might drop out. We'll see.
next 2 cities in Canada would be Quebec and second Toronto team. I think if there was another Canadian team, it would have to be East.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people in
Yeah.
Eastern Canada. Way more people in Eastern Canada.
All
We
right.
could definitely do another team in Quebec.
Chat disconnected. Successfully reconnected. All right.
Weird.
Anyways, but yeah, thanks guys for coming out. We will do this again as soon as possible. That being said, I'm done for now. Other than the other video I'm going to make for all you fine people on the internet, and then tomorrow morning hockey is busy. Did we get the pictures of the boards today?
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, so
Maybe
she
I
can
should
do that while I'm getting ready for the standings video. But thanks guys for coming out. If you haven't already hit like and
There's a kitty
subscribe,
right
go
next to
ahead.
ya. There's Azrael.
Yeah. She's a sweet little cat. We had problems for a while, but once she learned that if she stopped attacking Bear every time she came in here, I stopped telling her to get out. And things have been much better ever since. So my little orange kitty, she loves me. The problem is they both try to sleep on top of me at the same time at night, and they don't like each other. So I always, as a kid, dreamed of having
Women
2
fight over
females
you.
fighting over me. Cats weren't the idea. That wasn't what I was thinking as a kid. I should have been more specific in my wishes. All right. Thanks for coming out, and we will do this again soon. Take care.